Hmm. Don DeMarco. Okay. Thing. Yeah, I don't know why I left out his phone, bro. So just hopefully nobody came in here and took that fucking. All right, guys, I'm here today. We're going to talk about some boxing until everybody comes in. And yeah, we're going to talk about this fighting that's going to happen over here in Netflix. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. We're talking about a guy that's 200 pounds. This is a guy that is a 135 pounder. How would this go? Would Jake Paul win? I really don't know if this is an exhibition or is going to be counted as a professional.
Oh, what's the exhibition, right?
Isn't it? We can check online. Let me see. Jake Paul versus Tank exhibition or pro fight. The fight between is an exhibition, not a professional bout, primarily due to the massive weight difference between the two fighters.
Oh,
Wow.
so it's just for fun, basically.
Shane giggles, bro. It's for Shane giggles. So basically, they're gonna be fighting. That's for fun, bro. This is just stupid, bro.
Boston's
This is,
becoming WWE, bro. Tell me.
yeah, man. And it's kind of stupid that we people. Yeah, what the hell?
But see, it makes sense for Jake Paul because he's making money from it. So I mean, a lot of people are watching him. It makes it easier for a lot of fans to watch because a lot of people got Netflix. So I mean, why not watch it, right?
Yeah. Anyway, that's man. It's just a shame, bro. That boxing is all about money now. Like it's about. I know they put in their lives in the line, bro, for all of us. But holy shit, bro! Like what the fuck is going on, bro? Like this, like when I see shit like that, it just ruins it, bro. I just like, fuck.
But see, Tank only doing it for the money though. Like he probably heard a certain price and was like, "Fuck it, why not?" Well, is it a full 12 rounds or just like what 8 rounds or something? You're losing.
Hopefully it's gonna be like 12 rounds. You hear me or not?
Does it say anything about it being 12 rounds or not?
Let's see. Let's see
I
if
mean,
it goes to
fuck
the
it, right? If
ground.
it's for the money, I mean, why not, right?
It says Sanctum was scheduled number 12. It's still slated that it's going to be raised concerns about the weight. Other issues leading to the rerouting in Miami with speculations such as 12 ounce gloves. Um,
They're wearing 12 ounces.
yes. Hey, Tiara.
Hey,
Okay, it says, let me see, for example. Yeah, it doesn't say how many rounds are they fighting, bro. It just said they're going to fight with 12 ounce. Damn it, it doesn't say anything, bro.
What's up, Tierra? You good?
yeah, I'm good. How you guys?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so right now we're just having a. Right now, what I wanted to start doing with the stream, we're going to bring sports in the beginning. So when everybody starts coming. No, not everybody's gonna be coming for the sports little session that me and Drew is gonna start doing. Drew is gonna be in charge with the sports, boxing, football, UFC. I think that's the three main things, right? We don't gotta mention soccer or anything else.
Nah.
It's just those three. So yeah. So we're going to end up like there's a fight right now that's gonna happen on November 4th. A guy that weighs 135. This is a white guy that's 200 pounds. So I don't understand it. How do you think that's gonna be, Drew? Like, you think that's gonna be like? You think Tanker's gonna come like 150 or something like that? Because I know this guy, Jake Paul, he's gonna come as heavy as he can.
Yeah, I think for Tank probably like 140, maybe 150 max.
You think that's his walk around weight?
Yeah. They ain't gonna take that shit serious, man. They just doing it for the money. They probably got like restrictions and stuff on the contract. You never know.
Yeah. Let me see.
I don't think Jake Paul is gonna go in there and just try to knock him out. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go, you know?
Yeah. Let me see. I got another. Let's see. So there's that fight, right? So then we got this other fight. What do you think about this fight right here? I'm gonna add it. And the thing. Hold on. See images. Boom. Let's do this. Studio. And let's this one.
What this one's what next month, right?
I don't know when this one's gonna start, but it's gonna be Wilder versus Andy Ruiz.
I don't know, man. I just feel like Wilder's he's done, bro. That's it.
You think it's done?
He's done, man. I think he's done enough, man. I think he's way past his prime, bro. He just need to just enjoy his money and that's it. At this point, he just doing it for a check, but fuck it, why not, right?
Yeah, bro. That's good when you're doing that. Bro. I don't know if I can put videos and stuff.
Andy Ruiz, he came off that draw fighting somebody, right?
I need to know. Like I can look at his record right now. Let me see. Andy Ruiz record. He's 35-2. Yeah, he won a draw with Jarrell Miller.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. And I think in that one he broke his hand.
Yeah, he fought like on August 3rd last year. And that Jarrell Miller, he only lost one, son. Is
Yeah,
he
he lost
nice?
to what was that dude that Usyk just beat? What's his name? Daniel Dubois or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost to Daniel Dubois, right?
Uh,
Yeah, he lost. Daniel Dubois, bro. He got KO, bro.
yeah.
I think this is the reason that he went there up there to Dubois fought. What's his name? Joshua, bro. They gotta make Joshua versus what's his name?
Oh,
This guy, bro. What's his name? What's his name? Wider, bro. They gotta make that
I
fight.
think Anthony Joshua will pull it off, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think that Joshua is like? Yeah, I think so.
I just feel like Wally he depends too much on that right hand, bro. That shit's done, man. Like after Tyson Fury, it was like he was never the same.
Not the same anymore, right?
He wasn't the same, bro.
He just like ended his shit, bro. Which I get to Eddie here. I'll send some messages. If not, I'm going to end up bringing the Miko girl here too. Miko wants to talk some stuff. She wants to like basically do a session for Islam. No, not Islam. Jewish people. Maybe it's a good thing that we can actually learn from that too. She was sending me messages all day today. So let's see if we get this copy. Um, okay, see. I'll put it one more time in here in the group so they can see it. So Eddie already got it. Got it. Let's see.
Yo, so what, you about to make another stream?
No. Like invite people to the thing.
Uh,
So
yeah, could you send it to the Instagram chat?
yeah, so I can have like at least Edgardo sees it or Juan sees it, but we know Juan is not going to join. Juanji is Juanji. Um, yeah, man, like this fight wider, I think for Andy Ruiz is going to be shot at him easy. With the Jake Paul fight, the Jake Paul. To be honest, bro, it's just ruining boxing, bro. So I gotta be like more different going to UFC and see what's up in there because right now, man, it's just a joke, man. It's a joke.
Yeah, I really don't. Right now, I don't even know like the upcoming fights that's going on with UFC right now.
It's like a joke, man. Like people are here like try to watch you guys, and I know you guys are just going to fucking deal and when I see exhibition fights, bro, it's look. You know what they look like, bro? They look like they're fake, bro. It's like they're doing a script and they just gotta take the dive. I'm like, I'm about to give it like 100 mil. Just take a dive. You know, as a human, you fucking like let's say they
Yeah,
tell
for 100
me,
mil, you gonna take that dive?
yeah, like we're going to take that dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take that dive, man. But man, just watching boxing like that, man, it's just. But now we're gonna go back over here. Look at this. Islam is false. This is some false. I didn't say it is false. This is some false. Question mark. Jews run the world. Beware of both, right? What do you think about
You said the Jews run the world?
that? Yeah.
Shit. I can't really say the Jews run the world, man.
Let's see the Jews versus Arabs. Because it's Arabs. So I can put a picture so people can actually be like, damn, bro, like, what the hell's going on? Let's see, where's the best here? 20 years since October 12th, instruction health and everything. Jewish versus Arab. Yeah, this picture. There's a picture of the flag. I don't know why it's. Oh, there, there. You can do this, and add this, add this, and add image, and. But add your pictures, huh? There you go. Because right now, like, if you see how the world's going, bro, the world's going crazy, man. Hold on, I'm trying to see. It says here, let's Faith, Logan Lopez. I think it was very powerful for what I saw earlier about the woman actually crying. She's crying because she forgave that. That's strong video, man. Okay, you seen that video, bro? Like, it's good, man. Like, a lot of
I don't
people need
know,
to
man.
be.
I just feel like there's always gonna be war going on with all these other countries, man. And it's been like that for a very long time, bro. So that's just never gonna stop, man.
It's a battle, but it was 2,000 years ago, man.
Yeah.
That's weird, bro. Like when I look at my other account, it's not letting me watch one. Get out of here. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, here. I try to give myself a view because when you give each other's views, you start messing with the algorithm, and so you start getting more people into it. So people can say, oh, there's actually people interacting, they're joining. But, let me see. How do you invite her so she can join? Is there anything you want to say, Maltira?
No, not right now. I'm just listening.
I'm going to make this picture over here so it doesn't mess with me. For some reason, it's not letting me add the names. The names is not adding to the style. So this is not understandable. This is so cool. There we go. Maybe acting weird, bro. Have you seen any Islam videos, Drew?
Nah, not really. Not that I know of.
Yeah, man, this is- so I can show you that video. Where's that video? So I can share my stuff. Let's see. If you just go to YouTube, the thing is, I don't want to block myself from showing this. Okay, let's see if it works. Share screen. Well, I'm about to move the screen one over here because I don't want to the stream to. You know what's cool about this, bro? I crashed and the YouTube. What's the name of the stream was still going, bro. That was very cool about that. I never know you
Are
could
you
do
talking
that.
about yesterday, right?
Yeah, bro, it worked. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm over here, like, I'm like worried about the thing. And I'm just like, oh shit, never mind. Okay, so here I'm going to Facebook. Switch to share screen. Okay, here. YouTube. Pull that Eric Kurt. I forgive you. 30 minutes. It
Oh, this happened today?
was today.
Oh shit.
This happened today, son. So
Can't hear it though.
you can hear it.
Nah. You can hear it, Tier?
That's weird. Why does it do that? So take this out. Add it again. Share screens. This here. Some screens let you share audio. Look for share audio. Check out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that one doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Entire screen. Oh, okay. Okay. Share the entire screen. Okay. Let me know if you hear it.
Really passionately
All right, word.
You
It's
hear it?
working now. Yeah.
wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West. The young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, He wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone. And
Yeah, bro. She forgive them, son.
Damn.
Yeah, man. That's what the gospel means, bro. What, did somebody join? Oh no, I thought somebody joined. That's all about the gospel, bro. Like, we need to forgive each other, man. Like, you cannot hate our enemies. You gotta love our enemies. You gotta fear our enemies. Um, we gotta be there for each other, man. You know. And one thing I like about all this, right? And people don't see this right now, bro. What's going on with Charlie Kirk and all that stuff? Anybody can be like, why Charlie Kirk? Why Charlie Kirk? What happened with Charlie Kirk when he was representing himself? He was always putting his faith first, then his political beliefs, whatever, in second. So he was, basically using his values, what the Bible was using, right, for his political beliefs, right? Saying, for example, if you're a homosexual, it's a sin, for example, right? Abortions, other religions, right? He was preaching that. So for me, he was basically like the prophets, bro. Hello, you got change your name.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Who's
I'll be
here?
good.
Hey, how you doing?
Who is here?
I'm here, Micah.
Is
It's Tiara.
here? Yeah.
I hear Tiara's voice. I hear Lud.
Yeah, hey.
How's everyone doing today? Tonight. It's
Good.
I'm good.
12:09 here. Okay.
We're doing pretty good right now. We're just talking about the bit. I think it was Erica Kirk that she said she forgives the person who killed her husband. So like one thing I like about all of this is going on is that it putting
Oh, yeah. She's
Christianity.
taking over his platform. That's what's happening, right?
Yeah, because that's basically they make her. I think they made her as the CEO in Turning Point. It could be very good, guys. Right? This is the way I'm seeing it. Right? It's gonna be very good with Christianity. They're putting Christianity in the United States because the United States is a Christianity based country, right? It's not other religions, it's based our religion, Christianity. Um, let's say it's good having those values, right? That means anybody can practice their religion. Christianity will do nothing about it, right? We let like Islam or other people, like Hinduism, right? Hinduism, they're all about peace. They are very, how do you say peace? There's a word for it. Pacifist, right? I think it's a pacifist. Yeah, I think they're very passive people. So they can actually live with us because there's nobody's like, oh, I want to overthrow you. So they can live with us. But right now, there's an issue with Islam and the Jews, right? With the Jews, like I was talking to my friend, is that Jews, I feel like they're being very sneaky, right? Damn it, I should put that little image in here just to be funny, man. I don't know if you guys ever seen that image of the Jew that's like with the big nose and he's like having his hands together. But with them is they try to be sneaky, and Islam try to be very loud with it. Say, they say right like online, we're going to take over your country because we're going to outpopulate you. You guys are not making kids. We having like 4, 5, 6 kids, and over 10 or 15 years or 2050, Islam is going to take over the world. So they're being blunt to it and letting us know that they're going to take over. So sometimes you got to see it both ways. Which was worse? Somebody that tells you blunt away, like telling you we're going to take you over, we're going to take over your house, we're going to come in, Islam is going to be in every household, or somebody is sneaky and try to use us like the Jews, because basically what I'm understanding with the Jews is they're using Christianity and Islam to fight each other. What do you guys think about that? Jew, you want to say anything about that?
Wait, say that again.
What do you think about what the Jews and Islam, right? Okay, one is Islam is they're being very blunt, and they say they're going to take over the world basically in 2050, right? They're very blunt, respect, right? Why not? You know how it is. We see a lot of videos that they're going to have Islam to come in every household. We're going to outpopulate you, right? What's worse, that or the Jews that are using, social media, they're using all these other stuff in the behind the scenes to try to make Christians and Islam fight each other. What do you think about that?
I mean, with the Islam talking about trying to go in people's houses, that's crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen though. I don't think the government will let it happen. I don't know, man. By 2050 though, that sounds impossible, bro.
They are growing. I can tell you
I
that right
mean,
now.
yeah, but for something like that to happen, that means everybody in the world gonna go to war, bitch. Nah, man, I can't see it happening, bro.
You can see it happening.
Nah.
Tiara?
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
All right. Okay, Mika. I know you're ready for this. All right, Mika. What do you think about the thing I said? We can actually put it. It's some false. Jews rules the world. We want both. Mika, you there? Did you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so basically, what I see is it's how to take over the world. There's a new things that we're learning about the Jews, bro. Like, they are the people. If you understand how the world works now, like people who own properties, businesses, is mainly Jewish people. Mainly Jewish people, And I feel like with them, like, for me, I never had problems with Jewish people. They really follow the law if you think about it, They never do crazy stuff. I don't think she knows. I don't think they do crazy stuff. I think they obey the law. They're not over here trying to take over the world. I just think that there's something very iffy about them. I feel like there might be something very sneaky about them, that they're going to start using us as to fight Islam or anything. For example, I can show you an example, right? They're using the United States to fight Palestine. United States is giving a lot of money to Jewish people to fight people who don't got good guns, right? So basically, ethnic cleansing is going to happen in Palestine, and we're fighting a war that is not our war at all. So basically, there's a lot of rumors that Netanyahu has Trump by the ass, that Trump just listens to him. And that's pretty crazy that we're listening to a Jew. One is because people think Christians, right? Christians believe that the are the chosen people of God. So since people follow that dispensationalism of beliefs of Protestants, that they believe in that, right? So let's say, for example, right?
Hello.
Let's say, hello. Let's say,
Can you
for
guys hear
example,
me?
yes, I hear you.
Did you guys hear me before when I was talking?
No, no, I didn't hear you. No.
You know what? I think there was some weird thing happening because I swear, like you guys were talking, I was
Oh
talking.
yeah, I went
No,
to the end because I was like, Mika, I know you're about to say a lot of stuff. Go
no one
ahead.
was talking to me. It's like, wow, everyone's just ignoring me.
No, no, we couldn't hear you.
No. The thing is, I think there was some like glitch or something. I don't know. Anyways, going back to what because
The question I gave
I'm
you.
sorry. Yeah, the question that you gave me. This is propaganda. We have to dissect the Western propaganda that is being fed to us about other people, about Islam, about anything, really, about immigrants. It all ties back into creating this division. These Muslims are not going to come and take over the country. That's not what they're trying to do. That's not their objective. They just want their land. They just want their they want to be able to stay where they're at, really. You know what I mean? They want to be able to live in their own land. But because their land is so rich in resources, right? Think about it. It's oil, the oil that I mean, this world thrives on oil. And the Middle East is the top producer of oil in the world. So that's part of why, like we have to dissect the propaganda that they're feeding us about Islam, about and anything, about immigrants, about black people, about trans. Come on now. There were only 4 trans shooters. Everyone, the majority of shooters in this country are cis white males, like cisgendered white males, by far, like the grand majority. So you have to, and when it comes to them, oh, hey, these people, oh, they're mentally ill. Now we have to dissect where their family background and like, come on now. But when it comes to a colored person or a person of a different religion, oh, they're terrorists, they're gang members, they're uh um drug dealers, or what you have to really dissect where it's coming from, how, like, this information, who's giving it to you, why, where is it coming from.
I agree.
mm. So I don't think Muslims are out to take over uh America. Okay. um Actually, under the Ottoman Empire, all Christianity thrived. I mean, there are some differences because, oh, okay, like Mehmed, the Ottoman, under Mehmed, right? The Sultan Mehmed, he took over Constantinople, um, and that was the end of the Byzantine Empire, and that became Istanbul. And from there, and there's still a lot of like trauma that comes from that. I understand that. But under Muslim rule, that region, right? Christianity was protected. It was still respected because in Islam, they still respect people of the book. Those churches are not to be touched. Those churches still remained. You know who destroys those churches? When it became under Zionist rule, they're the ones that are destroying the churches. Look at in Israel right now, right? There is in Jerusalem. I think it's in Jerusalem. There is a Christian quarter of I mean, this is a famous Christian quarter in Jerusalem, and these, you know, I don't know, I don't know what to call them. They hung up flags, pride flags, all throughout the Christian quarter. I can pull up a picture and show you guys. I seen it earlier.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, we have to. I hate to be like, oh, it's the Jews, but it's these Talmudic Jews. We have to be able to
You know what we call them?
differentiate.
We call
Hmm?
them the Orthodox Jews. The Orthodox Jews are the ones that,
I like to
you
call
know,
them Talmudic Jews. I like to differentiate Torah following Jews and Talmudic Jews.
because like let's say for example, if Orthodox Jews had the same power as the Muslims, as the numbers, they would do as the same thing what the jihadists do. That's what I've been telling a lot of people. Like don't be blind with the Orthodox Jews just because they're small and they don't got power to do it. But if they did, they will kill Christians and Muslims, 100%.
I just want you guys to know that there is there's let me just make this clear about Islam, right? At the end of Prophet Muhammad's life, you know what his message was? His last message. I have to read it to you guys.
Was it like he was cursing
Last
us? He was cursing the Christians and the
message.
Jews
No, he wasn't doing that. No, he was saying how everyone is equal. The last message of the Prophet Muhammad was about the oneness of God, equality amongst all human beings, and the rejection of racism and the promotion of brotherhood, justice in all dealings. That was his final message. I have to read you the exact I have to read it to you guys because I think it's important. You know, there's this idea that Islam is hate, has all this hate. You know, the Quran, it has a lot of things that, you know, seem violent, but it's also, you know, life is violent. War is real. This is the reality of in which we live, and it's a guide for dealing with the reality. We're always going to face strife and war. It's human nature. This is the nature of the dunya, the material world. Okay.
you can put the image. You looking for it?
Um. Oh, you're talking about his last speech
No, you said something
or
about
his special.
something about the Christians. You said something, and I told you you could put it. I don't know. You saying you was just searching for it. Hold
Oh.
on.
Okay. Sorry, I get ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like. I know I sound like aggressive sometimes. I'm not aggressive. Sometimes I'm aggressive.
Sounds passionate.
I'm passionate because I just believe in the oneness of life. I really do. I believe in my understanding is beyond like Abrahamic religions. Like I've studied other religions as well. The religions that came before Abraham and how it ties into the Abrahamic faiths. So I have a different understanding. So I don't want you guys to think I'm, like I believe in the message of the Quran. There's some things I don't like about it neither. There's some things in Islam that I don't like neither. Don't get me wrong. But
You
there's
just
some
have
good.
you
There's a
just
lot
have
of good.
a respect and adoration for it.
I do. I do think that there is divinity to to how it was received, because there's just a lot in the Quran that a lot about the Quran that, for one, research shows that it's all by one author. Like, just the way, like, they did the research on it. It was written by one person or conveyed by one person. The way it's like the literary style of it. And there's also scientific facts. And it talks about the Injil, it talks about the gospel, and it talks about the Torah too. So I personally, I believe in the prophethood of Muhammad, just as I believe in the prophethood of all the other prophets, of Adam, of uh, Enoch, or for Enoch. And Enoch is excluded from the Bible today, but it is in the Ethiopian
It's
Bible.
not
It's very prom-
it's not canonized. That's the only thing it is with those books
I love
with
the
that book.
Ethiopian Bible.
It's
My favorite
not
Bible is the
canonized at all.
Ethiopian Bible, because I feel like the Ethiopian
It,
Bible is is the oldest is what it's I think the second oldest Bible, or yeah,
I
second
think it's the
oldest
second.
Bible.
Second.
I think it's the second oldest. And the Book of Enoch goes into the Nephilim, the fallen angels. And they excluded that from the current version, the later versions, because it was too much information for people to have. Because
No,
if people had the information,
it wasn't for that. It was just because it wasn't, they couldn't make sure that came from Enoch. There's something more different that they're trying to hide stuff from us, and there's the other part is saying you don't know it came from Enoch,
you know what's
just like
crazy?
that.
They think Enoch is there. I heard there was a theory about Enoch being Thoth in the Egyptian, like the Egyptian pantheon. Like, he was like the Egyptians, the Egyptian pantheon. They honored this deity called Thoth.
Yeah.
They believe that Enoch is the same like it's like the same person. I think in Islam, Enoch is equivalent to Enoch. I have to look it up. Enoch is what in Islam? Yeah, I believe in these prophets. I do. Like, I don't want to say believe, but like I believe in the message because it's true. Like, it seems it seems sound. A lot of the things that's there. Enoch, Idris. So in Islam, Enoch is Idris, but I think Idris, Enoch, Thoth. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, I'm still trying to make the connections. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just trying to make the connection from my brain, my head, about.
It's like loading in your brain. Yeah. That's the only thing I like with I'll be telling people about how people say, "Oh no, they're trying to hide and hidden information." No, it's not hiding. They're not hiding no hidden information. It was because it wasn't. They couldn't like know that it was Enoch that really wrote it. So whoever wrote Enoch, it wasn't Enoch. It was somebody else, right? So they couldn't confirm it. If they could have confirmed it,
Mhm.
Enoch would have been in the Bible.
You know
It's
what?
just it's just like how the Apocrypha is. There's a lot of books in the Apocrypha, and they didn't made it either. Like for example, like the one is called, what's the name? Oh, the Gospel of Barnabas. Oh my god,
Hmm. Yeah.
that was the funniest one I ever read. Like I read other ones, just like the Gospel of
You know what? The
Thomas.
Gospel of Barnabas actually gives credence to the conception of what Islam believes of Jesus. And I'll say it like this: in Islam, right? They believe that Jesus was never crucified. That he was risen to heaven.
Mhm.
He
Allah took
was
it to
risen.
himself.
Yes, risen. He was risen to heaven, and someone else was
He
put in his.
wasn't. He wasn't to heaven. Allah is not in heaven. Allah is in some other place than heaven. So what I know is Jesus. Allah took Jesus with him. It doesn't say heaven. It's just Allah took Jesus with him. So when this something I will talk to Muslims about that, and when Muslims tell me Jesus went to heaven because Allah made him, like no, he did not went to
Are we
heaven.
all in the consensus here that we all love Jesus?
Yeah, we all love Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
And I
but
think
like the right.
also what's important is Jesus' actual message, like his actual ministry, right? His actual ministry. What did he do? Look how he lived his life. That's how
Yeah,
we should model our life. But
yeah.
instead, people are taking Christianity and they're like, "Oh, I love Jesus," and yet mm, they're so hateful towards everybody. So, are you really a follower of Christ, or you a follower of your church, or
They
whatever?
follow the church is because Jesus left us a church, So this is the reason they follow it. But the thing is that a lot of people need to start learning their history about how did the churches work. A lot of people are
Mm,
basing like Islam, right? When I debate with a Muslim, right, the only thing that he's gonna bring is ways to debunk Protestantism. But when I start bringing the church fathers, that's where the kryptonite comes from. But
mm.
they don't like going when I start bringing church fathers. But if I was a Protestant, I'll be cook. Yeah, I'll be an extra cook with Protestant. If with
Can
my
you explain
Protestant beliefs.
what Protestants believe?
Ours, they believe 48,000 different beliefs. I can tell you this right now. They do believe that Jesus is God, 100%, right? But the thing is that they believe that they are their own interpreter, they're basically their own pope, right? If you look at the Catholics, right? This is the reason I like the Catholic is because they are so the Pope is basically the vicar of Christ. Doesn't mean the Pope is God. Doesn't mean that he is saying, "Oh no, the Christ is not God. I'm God." No, it's not like that. He's just a vicar. Maybe it's like a CEO. Let's make it like that so I understand it.
Mm.
That's what he is pretty much. And what he does, he needs to guide all the churches so they can follow the same thing. All the Catholic churches are following the same thing. If you see a Catholic that's doing some weird stuff, there must be a schism, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or they don't follow the Pope anymore. This is why you see other Catholic churches that there are independent Catholic churches that they have the LBGT flag, for example. You know, so
Mm.
that's what I like about Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, Assyrian Church of the East, or Roman Catholics, because we follow the same message that Jesus left with the apostles, and so the apostles can continue that message, and the apostles have their own disciples, right? So they continue until 2025. So that's what I like about apostolic churches. But where Protestantism is more different, right? Let's say you could get a church, a Baptist church, and you could bring a Presbyterian, right? A Baptist would say you cannot baptize a child. The Presbyterian would say yes, we can. Okay, where is it consistent right there? That means everything. All these churches are confused, So there's 48,000 different denominations because they want to be their own pope. That's basically how Protestantism is.
Mm.
So this is why you see hatred, right, against like for example, Islam, right? Because one, they tell us that Israel is the chosen people from God, right? If we see, and let's say we all Protestants, we going to follow whatever they say. Israel is the chosen people of God. You see Islam attacking them. Who is your enemy? Islam, right? So it's because this is the word. It's called dispensation and dispensationalism. Is a interpretation of the Protestants, from their view, not from the fathers or the interpretation of the first century Christians. That's what they don't follow. This is why I cannot follow. Like for me, I was a Protestant for a year and a half, right? I used to see my church rocking that flag. I used to be like, okay. I start getting deeper and deeper. I'm just like, why are they just preaching the word of God? They're not preaching the New Testament. They're preaching the Old Testament, right? So I'm just like I understand we go to Psalms, Proverbs, and other or Job, because people love Job. Why are we going back there? We need to follow Jesus. Jesus is our God. And the way we can understand Jesus is New Testament. Like, for example, I go to a 2-hour service. Out of the 80%, we're talking about Old Testament. Then in the end, we're talking about, Jesus. Say, oh, please, Jesus, help us. Heal us. We ask him for forgiveness. That's the only thing they're going to bring. I feel like they're using Jesus as a like a genie in the end, right? Instead of that, they don't preach who's Jesus. You talk to a Protestant, you will tell them, what do you know about the Holy Trinity? This is why you see Muslims attacking, not attacking violence, like attacking by theology. Why is Jesus? Why is Father, Son, Holy Spirit? And they'd be like, oh no, Jesus is the Father and Father is the Holy Spirit. No, and after that, the Muslim will actually be like, hold on, that's modalism. You're basically a modalist. You're not you don't follow the oneness of God, right? So it's because the Protestant churches do not teach these people, and it's sad. It's very, very, very sad. Because the day I became a Christian for like a month, my mom was a Christian for 10 years. I met other Christians that have been 20 years, and I asked them questions, and they couldn't answer nothing. They were just confused.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is why, like, most people are coming back to the apostolic faith. Everybody wants to come to a with a church that has a base, it has a foundation, the pillar of truth, and the only churches that can give you that is the apostolic churches, the 4 apostolic churches. And it's crazy how these 4 apostolic churches, they were in schism, meaning they're not together anymore. But at the end of the day, they still have the same message of Jesus, and it's the first century Christians. They still practice the same message, even though there was a schism. There was no iPhone, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram to communicate. But if you go to their church in that time, they would teach the same thing. This is what I like about them, because the preservation of the Bible. This is why when you start bringing King James Version and all this and that, like, oh, you guys have so many Bibles. It's because of the Protestants. We follow the Septuagint. They followed the Masoretic text. They came from the Jews. And that's crazy with them. No, you can reply. Well, I think you just heard from me.
Okay. Let's see. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Everyone's good. Okay. I think we should really dive into what's going on, how like current events happening now are staging for we talked about this yesterday, but how they're trying to bring about the Antichrist. I think that should still be the focal point. I don't think Islam is they're out to rule they're not out to rule the world.
So what did they say?
Zionist Jews.
From their mouths, like Muslims that come over here in the United States or like anywhere?
Well, they don't. Well, What do they say?
They say they're going to take over because they're going to
Who?
populate us.
I've never
Muslims.
heard.
There's
I've never heard a Muslim say that. I'm trying to take over America. Like I've never heard that. I've never heard a Muslim say that. That's not in the agenda. Like I've never heard that. They don't have that agenda to take over America at all.
So are you saying we are all living on occupied land right now?
His friends are telling him, "What are you doing? You're exposing us. What are you doing? Come." This is not Iran. This is certainly not Syria or Saudi Arabia. This is right here in the West, in Canada. And this video will blow your mind because these people tell you exactly what's going to happen to your face. Look.
What happened to a gay couple in Gaza?
Executed according to Islamic law. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality.
Okay, so would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point it will. You know, because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the slump, right? By 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over.
Weirdo.
What are you going to do then? Actually, go oppose Sharia is even then? Okay, so you say.
He's right.
Like-
What are we going to do? They make babies like crazy when
Like,
the average Canadian family makes.
oh, this board. You keep
Society, look.
Sheikh Goof, my this is my
This
boy.
looks like it's just a bunch of propaganda.
You see this you see this guy, Sheikh Guzman? I love this guy. I want to meet this guy so bad.
They don't
like
have
because
this agenda.
Islam
I just
will enter every household,
oh,
whether you like it or not.
whether I like it or not, he says.
Well, the message of Islam, not the brainwashing of you know, to make everyone Muslim. That's not like most Muslims don't have that like idea. Like it's like, okay, you're part of the community, you're part of the community, but they're not trying to, you know, like get everybody on board. I see how there are radical Muslims though. Don't get me wrong, I see it. There is that, but these people are
This one
not
is my
our
favorite one.
problem.
This is my favorite one right here.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon, of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah.
This you know, this is only like
I mean, he
4
wasn't
videos. It's a lot
inciting
of videos.
violence. He was just, hey, you know, like let's all the message of one true God. What's bad about that?
You don't see what
I
he's
mean,
saying that he's
the
going to
the
come over
delivery
here.
was a little aggressive.
Yeah,
I see how
because
it was aggressive.
that's what they do. Like, and it's
I
kind
know,
of
the
crazy.
delivery
Like
was aggressive.
like for us,
So,
as,
I
you
mean,
know,
I mean, granted, the delivery is a little aggressive, but
Yeah.
you do know that Christianity thrives. Christianity thrives under Muslim rule in those lands. When Palestine was still Palestine, Jews, Christians,
what about the other
they all
places?
had right to practice their religion. The only thing that they did
It's the thing is that if Islam is so powerful, well, all those people, why they don't do anything against the radical Islam, like the Muslims, you know, like attacking, killing Christians. Right now, something's happening in Nigeria, and it's something that I'm going to end up bringing to the stream. I don't know, maybe today or tomorrow, but I gotta study a little bit more because, you know, like I was telling somebody, you know, I know what's happening to Charlie Kirk was right now that he got shot. This is nothing new. Over there in Nigeria, I heard there's a lot of killings right now, getting killed by Islamists. So, you know, it's kind of like crazy. Like, I like Charlie Kirk and all that stuff, but we cannot make him as like, oh, just because he was mainstream that we gotta more him. No, we gotta more everybody. Oh, she left. Yo, Julia, you saw that or Tierra?
Seeing what?
The videos?
Yeah, I just watched
Yeah.
it, worship listening.
Okay, so you saw what I was sharing, right? Like she said they don't say it, but I just give you evidence over here. There's people actually saying it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what's the name of that one word. But yeah, like they're why I know this. They're trying to take
Something
over.
happened with my phone.
All right, you can download the app. There's an app for it. So if you want to go like your
Hello?
text message, hello.
Yeah, I came. I don't know. Something happened with my phone.
I think you can download the app, the StreamYard app, right? So
Yeah.
let's say, for example, you want to text somebody, it will allow you without getting kicked out of the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, about that.
Or you cannot download apps.
Mm, I'd rather not right now.
Oh,
But so going back to what you're, I'm trying to think. So I think Christians and Muslims actually need to come together. This is my opinion. Christianity and Islam, they thrive. Like if you go to Palestine, even Judaism and Islam thrives. You know, like if you go to Iran, there's like 50,000 Jews there. And they're like, we love Iran. We reject Israel. We feel safe here. They let us practice our religion freely. We like the laws that we live under their laws, and we're okay with that. And then you think about the, what was it, the jizya tax, the tax, right? Did I say that right? Jizya
Jizza,
tax.
Jizza,
It's a
the Jizza,
tax
yeah,
for
the
people
tax, yeah.
that are not Muslim. Yeah. So, and that tax,
No, no
is
Jizza, no
interesting.
Jizza,
So
no Jizza. They're not paying no Jizza to practice their
but it's
religion.
not fair because if you think about it, that tax, right? It grants protection and military service from foreign attacks. So if you were to be attacked, the Muslims will defend you. That's how they see it. Like you're in our land and you're under our rule, our control. And if somebody were to come to attack you, we would, we're, it's our obligation to protect you.
So what happens if they don't pay the tax?
I don't know. I've never, like, I think everybody pays the tax if they live there. So I don't think it's,
Sounds like
everyone's like, okay,
sounds
everyone's in
like
consensus.
sounds like the ghetto areas when they try to, like, a gang member try to tell the store, like, you gotta give me
There's a lot
money.
of things in Islam that makes sense though. Like for
Like
instance,
you gotta give
the
me money
rejection
for protection money.
of interest,
Yeah.
right? They like riba, it's called riba. And look at look what's happened to this country because of interest under well, yeah. I don't want to say it, but Jewish institutions, really, like predominantly, like, this country is run by Jews, right?
Oh yeah,
And
100%, yeah.
they and the central banking system. We are all in debt. All these interest rates, like in Islam, right? In Muslim countries, that is forbidden. And it's forbidden for a reason, because because of justice, because of fairness. Wouldn't you agree that that's something that I would agree that's something I would like to live under? Like I wouldn't mind. I'm not calling for, like, I don't agree with Sharia law in this country at all. And I'm taking the context of laws and regulations. It's there's it's extremist. It's called Salafi. Is it Salafism?
Yeah, I think
Salafism.
so.
That's gets into extremist viewpoints. So
I don't know which
There's
ones
no-
are the most peaceful ones out of the Muslims. Is it the Shias or no? Because these are the Shias were getting like I remember I was seeing like a little thing about like I was talking to somebody. He was getting mad because I had a Sunni, I had a Sufi, and the Sufi was getting mad at the Sunni because they kill so many people who believe in the that denomination or Sufi. I don't know what's the word for denomination for Islam, but like they kill a lot of them. The Sunnis kill a lot of Sufis. And that was something I was like, wow, that's something I never knew. This is why when you see a Muslim, like let's say it's Sunni and a Sunni and it's kind of like Protestantism, like Catholic and a Protestant. When they see each other, they just want to like debate each other and destroy each other, but they won't kill each other. But in this one, I guess it is like you get like a different view of violence. Like, come on, they're Muslim and you're killing each other. That's crazy. You guys want to say anything, Jew, Tiara?
Nah, yeah, that's crazy, son.
Yeah,
Yo,
like,
so the Sharia law, right? Who created that?
I can check that up. Hold on a second. Where's I think it was. Oh, I gotta add her here.
I keep getting. I should just
So
download the app.
basically, yeah, download the app. So basically, the Sharia law, it was made from like two sources. It's from the Quran and the Sunnah. So the Sunnah is basically the Sunnah of Muhammad, right? So this is why you see a lot of
I'm kind
weird
of
stuff
limited
out
on my
there.
time on this podcast today.
It's all right.
I'm kind of limited on my time on this podcast today. I probably have like about maybe like 20 more minutes until I have to go, guys. But I don't know. There are some points that I want to get into because I see that the part of this is Islam false, right? So
No,
is
it's
Islam
Islam
false?
false and Jews run the world.
Yes. So I
Beware
think we
of
should
both
move.
question mark. This is what
Let's move past whether Islam is false
all right,
because
let's
I
do it.
think if Islam was so false, then I don't know. Like there's just a lot that makes sense about it, in my opinion. And not
You
to say I
know,
reject Christianity.
if
I don't reject Christianity.
the only way I accept
I
Islam if they never cursed us or kill us
It's,
or anything like that. They should
the
have
thing
been
is,
like more
we
like
love Jesus. Like I'm
just because you
not saying
believe
we, because
in Abraham, we should
I,
accept you. You know?
I'm not. So I'm. I don't consider myself. I hope you guys don't think I'm like. I don't consider myself like. I believe in the message. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
believe in the message, but I don't have a denomination. I've
you're
established that.
Samphilia. You're Samphilia. That's where you are right now. You respect them. You adore
No,
them.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
You
I'm
like their
learning.
message. That's Ismasphilia.
I'm learning. That's the right way to put it. But we love Jesus, right? Islam loves Jesus. Christians love Jesus. Who doesn't love Jesus? Who?
Everybody loves
Who?
Jesus.
No, not everyone. Who doesn't love Jesus?
Oh, Jews don't like to. You know, I was the only
okay.
reason I say everybody who loves Jesus. I was saying like Islam and Christianity love Jesus. I didn't add the Jews.
You know what? Let me have you. Can you play this, Lord? There's this one. I have to find the video. Hold on, give me 1 second. And it's by Ben Shapiro. Do we know who? Wait, what? What did you say?
Oh, I said the little prayer that I like.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir
I don't know.
rahmanir
I
rahim.
like how it sounds. It just sounds very nice.
It means I seek refuge in God.
brew a lot and a curse from Shaitan, something like that.
Yes, I seek refuge. I seek refuge in God from the accursed Satan.
Yeah, one thing I like about
أعوذ
it is
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You spit to your left.
oh wow. In
Yeah.
Orthodox, we actually spit too when we get baptized. We got to spit at Satan.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever like when I got baptized.
And
I was
look. So Eastern Orthodox Christians that are in the Levant area, they call God Allah.
yeah, so it doesn't mean that like it means that they worship
Bismillah. They
Islam
say
God.
Bismillah, Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, because it's the word. It doesn't
Allahu
mean
Akbar.
it's
They
like
say,
somebody
yeah,
telling me, oh, they use Yeshua, and you know the word Yeshua means God. I'm like, hold on, like I know like Jesus is God, but
exactly.
like when somebody tells me it's not Jesus, it's Yeshua, I'm like, you guys try to hijack the words. Okay, I understand what you guys mean. Like, you go ahead, hijack the word and use it as for your benefit, just to prove your beliefs. Because I do that to
I wish I
Protestants.
was more organized. I really do, because
You got to use your computer.
I am. I'm on a computer now, but I was just more organized with a lot of this stuff because I want to share this part where. Yeah, you know what? Next time, Lud, you have to tell me like what the podcast is about.
It's right there. It's Islam
And
is
then I'll
flawed, Jesus
just
the world, and
I'll
Bureau
just
of Hope.
yeah.
That's
Tell me
basically the.
beforehand. Like,
Oh yeah.
tell me
Oh,
beforehand, and I will.
got you.
Because I think I'm just gonna send it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have to just send it to you, and I want you to play it for everybody. Give me one sec. Gotta find it. Do you have viewers right now? Like, how many people are listening to this?
I got three
Oh,
people
okay.
listening.
Oh, okay.
No worry, it will start going up just like how my Twitch went up. I started like with 3 or 5 viewers and went all the way to 25, and
I
they
mean,
went to
doesn't matter.
50.
Matter.
Yeah, they went to 50, and then I got coronavirus, and then my whole community died after that. I think it wasn't my my destiny to stream games and play, So hopefully I get the same viewership, but with this religion, politics. We going to ask sports. Do you like sports? Or no?
Who?
Do you like sports?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I like boxing and Muay Thai. Personally.
Okay. Maybe we talk about boxing.
I mean MMA. I like.
Oh, MMA too.
Yeah, I like those sports. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I got some people watching me on Facebook. No, not Facebook. YouTube.
I'm really trying to find this. Oh gosh, guys. I'm having a hard time finding all this information that I really want to put out there. So this is why I'm attracted to Sufism. If you could just play that
Tara,
for everybody.
that magic word. I'm not
there.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yo,
Wait, what?
Yo,
what happened?
Can you explain Sufism to Tiara?
Okay, so Sufism is the mystical aspect of Islam. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of drugs in my life. Ooh, I just said this on here. Yeah. When I say that, what I mean is I mean I'm not now. Like, this is when I was younger, right? I've done a lot of psychedelics.
What is that?
What is that?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe I'm saying this on this platform. I'm kind of incriminating my.
Don't let the enemy.
Anyways, like shrooms.
shrooms.
Okay.
I got friends that do that.
Shrooms, LSD, um, DMT, and I actually went on a trip, right, to take ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a whole nother level. But this is part of like me wanting to find God. When you undergo these trips, because psychedelics, they act on this hormone in your brain called DMT. It's released by your pineal gland. Actually, everyone has DMT in their brain. Everything, not just people, but plants as well, animals. It's Everyone has DMT, right? Uh, when you go to sleep at night, that DMT is released, and that DMT causes you to dream. So psychedelics are interesting because they act on this hormone DMT, and they put you in a hallucinogenic state. But the things that you see here, like you see a very prominent experience that people have is that they see like patterns and fractals and just vivid colors, all kinds of different colors, and they get visions too. It's scary for some people. It's scary, actually. It's scary for everyone. I think everyone gets scared from it because it's very extreme. Um, but they see all kinds of crazy things, and the one thing I will say is that, do you see the picture that I put up for my avatar,
Yes, it's like a little.
guys?
It looks like a mosque. Is that a
Yeah.
mosque? The top of a mosque. It looks like it. Hold on, let me hold on. Hold on.
So if you it is,
There.
yes, it is. So these patterns, I kid you not, they are what you see in these trips. Like, you see divine intelligence, you see sacred geometry, you see the movement, how everything moves. And you look at other people, you see the invisible structures that structure everything and put it into place. And it's like, wow, this is all intelligent, this is all divine. Like, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm giving you guys my experiences. One time I took LSD at a club, right? Everybody was probably drunk, just high on weed or stuff, and I was just on a different like planet. Me and my friends, actually. We went to the club, and I feel like people could tell that I was like, nah, this girl is not just, she's on some shit, you know? But I just, like, when I looked out into the crowd, I just seen these different, like, these like patterns that connected to each other. Like everyone was connected to each other. Like, they connected to each other. We all connected. There's just, and everything, there's structure to everything. It's invisible, we can't see it because you can't perceive it. Like, we got to think of ourselves like ants, like unto the world. Like, ants, they only know this and that. Like, they can only see from their perspective, they don't know what's out there. And the same thing that we have to think of ourselves, like, we are limited to our senses. So yeah, like, I've seen a lot of stuff, guys. I've seen a lot of things. And when I discovered Islam and I really looked into like the different the architecture, especially in the mosques, I'm like, oh my God, these are things that I've seen in my visions, and the things when I used to do psychedelics. Like, I seen these things, but moving,
Have you ever went
moving,
there? Have you ever went
moving.
to a mosque or no?
I have not gone yet because I feel like if I go, they're gonna really like. I'm just really gonna get converted, reverted or whatever. You know, there.
I
I
should
just
do. Eli
and
Lama.
I shall do. Yeah. So I don't. I'm trying to like learn on my own time. You know, in my own pace.
Yeah.
You know, because I've had the experience of like I started talking about Islam, right? Like having the discourse of Islam, and then people will find me from like Instagram and they'll message me, sister, you gotta take down your pictures. I'm like, I'm still learning, brother. I'm still learning. No, sister, you're sinning right now.
Yeah, I check out your pictures and I was like, you're a Muslim. I was like, serious? You're Muslim? And look at her. Because
Well, I mean,
I know what they believe and they're very strict.
obviously I'm not, but there are people that I have people that I talk to that are Muslim, right?
Yeah.
And they tell me, hey, don't let other people pressure you, like, that's not what it's about. So there's like just think about it this way, right? There's so many different aspects of Christianity, and we're just people. We're not perfect. Everyone has differing opinions, so you cannot judge religion based on just humans. Do you know what I mean? Like just like one human's perspective on something, or a group, even. We can't judge the entirety of Christianity because of evangelicals, right? We can't do that. So therefore we cannot judge the entirety of Islam or any other faith just by one group. We shouldn't do that. We should rule out like, hey, you know what? These evangelicals, they're the extremists, right? And like that, and that's what we do. That's what we should do. We can't group everything under one umbrella like, oh, everybody in Islam is has this mentality, because they don't. But there are, but they don't. Like I had one friend, he's from like he's originally from India, and but he's a Sufi Muslim. And the things that he taught me that I learned from him were very was good. um the majority of Muslims are Sunni, right? And there's the Sunnis, they do reject uh the Sufis as like, they're like they strayed from the path, the right path, but so and that just made me want to like dive into Sufism even more. I always had interest in Sufism for years because I liked the Sufi poets. I had a thing for their their works. Rumi is one of them. But so Sufism is the mystical spiritual dimension of Islam, focused on achieving direct personal knowledge of God through practices like meditation, chanting, and asceticism. I don't know if I said that right. Collectively known as dhikr, remembrance of God. So everything is God, to them. In God and what you do too, and then how you act and how you speak. Uh, it's I'm very attracted to Sufism, and I believe that through Sufism they were able to really achieve, a lot of innovations in Islam, and I like I think that also that's how they came to the understanding of sacred geometry, and that's with the mosques and how intricate they looked. And I'm telling you, I'm like, damn, like they were able to tap into that, like not high, just with like knowledge and math and science, and just well, you know what, their practice of the twirling probably puts them in that state, because there's this practice that they do, right, where they they twirl. They twirl for for a certain amount of time. I don't. They do this twirling motion as part of their worship, and it puts them in in like almost like a psychedelic state. And that's maybe that's part of how they came to this kind of knowledge, you know. So yeah, when you look at the mosques and you see that sacred geometry that you see there, that is, I've seen the same things in psychedelic trips.
But do you know anything about what do other Muslims think about it? Like, let's say, like Sunnis or
Yeah,
Shias.
they reject it. They reject it as so let me just look up here.
So that mosque, right? That mosque, right? Is that only for Sufism, or all of them have it?
Oh no, these mosques, they do, all of them have it. Like, like they were might have been built. They're old. These are like centuries old. These structures. So I think this one might have been from Iran, but a lot of them are like this. They have the one, and they have these in Palestine too. They have these in Jordan, Lebanon. They have mosques that look like that, look like this. But the ones in Iran and Turkey, they're I think they were the most influenced by like the Persians. So they have the Persian art. So this is anyways, can you just play the video? The video that
Yeah.
you have here? Yeah, play this so that they have an understanding of
only poetry and love, but that's only how it looks from the outside. Real Sufism is an ancient science, a system of internal combustion. It's not about worshipping God. It's about becoming the divine flame by burning away everything false, through breath, through sound, through silence, and through pain. The Sufi path is structured like an alchemical rite. Nafs is the ego, must be broken, refined, then turned to gold. You don't rise through love. You rise by dying while alive. That's why they speak in riddles. That's why they whirl. And that's why they vanish. Each ritual is a blueprint for inner detonation. It's not Islam, it's what hides behind the veil of Islam. Sufis encoded star mapping, sacred geometry, and breathwork so powerful that could snap the ego in one night. The chants, the vibrational tuning, the music, frequency manipulation, the silence, the doorway. Many of them never wrote down what they knew, because once you see through the veil, you don't need words. You become the transmission. So next time you hear someone quoting Rumi, ask them if they ever bled in a fire he walked through. You think so?
All right.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm still learning, still getting into it. But yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like. Well, yo, Tara, do you think it's kind of like Christ consciousness, like the, let's say, like like a Christian version,
What do you mean?
like the way she was explaining Sufism, or the way how Mika was explaining it?
Micah,
Yeah, Micah.
like the prophet Micah.
Micah.
Do I feel like, what do you feel?
I feel it's like the other. There's like the, okay, so there's the Christian version, and this is the Muslim version of Christ consciousness. The way how you're explaining, or other people will be explaining it to me, sounds just like it, but a little different.
Yeah, I feel like he has the similarities. Definitely. But I'm sorry, I'm not speaking as much. I just got like a little headache. That's all.
Can I just chime in and say this, guys?
Go ahead.
And this is like goes to Christ consciousness, and it goes back to like one of my psychedelic trips. So I was on ayahuasca, right? Ayahuasca is the strongest. And if for those that don't know what ayahuasca is it's made it's in Peru, it's in Brazil, Costa Rica, other like Caribbean countries. They I don't know how they came up with it. They made it from like a vine. It's made from two different things. I believe it's, hold on, I have to look this up. It's a brew, basically, and it gives you a very strong psychedelic. It has a very strong psychedelic effect. So these South American shamans, and I'm talking about these are shamans that have like there's lineages of them, like their grandfather, great grandfather, great 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 grandfather. They're part of this lineage in which of shamanism. That's why there are people that the ayahuasca tourism is a thing where people go to these countries and they seek healing through ayahuasca. They could be dying from like cancer, or have like a serious drug problem, and they need help. And it's interesting to like use another drug to combat another drug, but it kind of like gives them a they liken ayahuasca to having therapy, but like therapy in like a year's worth of therapy in within a week. It's very potent, you guys. It's very potent. But would I do it again? At this point in my life, I don't think so, because, and I'll delve into that later. Because I think that doesn't necessarily, like, you can invite bad energy into your being from using this, and if it's not being administered, it's not being led in the right way, and yeah, so that's where I stand on it now. But in that ayahuasca trip, I swear to you, I promise you, I felt Christ consciousness. It came from like the very center of my being, this feeling of complete, utter oneness and peace and unity with everything in life. And in my mind, I was like, this is what this is. This is Christ consciousness. This feeling is, I just felt so complete. Like I didn't need anything. That I in my being as I was then, I was just beyond the material plane of life. And I felt like I was just soul. And it felt amazing. It felt love. It felt like love. It felt complete. Like I was complete in and of myself. And yeah. I liken that to Christ consciousness. This idea that, everything is, and that's what Jesus really preached, right? Jesus, Yeshua. He preached the equality of all people and how we should love thy neighbor and do good for one another. And yeah,
100%.
I think I believe Christ is king in that aspect. I don't, again, like, I don't 100% reject this idea of the Trinity. I don't. Like, I have a
Do you understand why it's the Trinity?
I do, because I'm, so my background is that I was raised Roman Catholic, so I have that understanding, that Jesus and God are one. Yeah.
Yes,
I
one
don't.
hypostasis, one God, in three beings. Yes, in three
Yeah.
beings. That's how it is. Doesn't mean that we believe that the Father is not Jesus and Jesus is not the Holy Spirit, or the Holy Spirit is the Father. A lot of people get it that confused. They're saying that, hold up, like you're telling me that God is going to become, when he feels like it, he becomes the Son, and when he feels like it, no, it's just one hypostasis of one essence of God in three distinct beings, persons, my bad. Persons. Still one God.
Yeah.
That's what I was told, like Muslims about. They always tell me that the words of Allah is uncreated, and the words of Allah are separate from Allah. I'm just like, hold on, bro.
I mean, look, the interpretations of other people is we have to dissect that too. But I still believe in the one true God. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
and when they bring that up, I was like, you guys got you guys got your own Trinity, and you guys come at us. You gotta have your own type of Trinity. I know what you guys are talking about.
Personally, I don't like idol worship, and
What
I
is
don't
idol
like
worship?
to me, I don't want to. I don't know what Jesus looked like. I don't want to pray to Jesus that looks like he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes. I don't think Jesus.
That's this dispensationalism. You're believing what the just like Europe or America description of Jesus. You know, that's
So
dispensationalism.
if let's put it like this, right? Let's say someone was like, "Hey, this is Lud," and like they showed you a picture of him, and it's just like a completely like it doesn't even look like you. It's like, this is Lud. Would you be like, "Wait, that's not me"? Would you be offended? Or did
Yeah,
you?
I'll be defending. Yeah, I'll be defending if it's not me. And
So
the only reason is that there's like images of like the first Christians that whatever depiction they have
I
from
mean, look,
Jesus, and that's
we
the
can
only
go.
reason they had.
You know, Putin recently. There's a video of him showing artifacts that he had, right?
Yeah.
Of Jesus, and Jesus was dark. He was dark. Okay, he's black.
Jesus, the way I was telling people about Jesus being black, just because it says it in Daniel 10 or Revelation, something is
Woolly
Revelation.
haired.
Yes, but the one thing is that people don't understand is that when it talks about burnished bronze, it does talk about coming out the furnace. If you look at that, how does that look? It's not black. It's like a bright color. And I do believe when you look at God or Jesus, it's going to be something very bright. It's going to be hard to see.
Oh.
You know, so basically, if you see like let's say you're from the Philippines, right? Is there Jesus Filipino? Like an Asian Jesus?
No.
Because when you see, if you go to Vietnamese,
No, we don't. The Jesus that we have there looks like because we're Roman Catholic, mainly Roman Catholic. So the art that you see there is Jesus with the. I mean, Jesus. He looks Palestinian to me.
Jesus was not Palestinian unless Palestinian became official in the
Well,
first
then if that.
century.
Well,
So
then
it
in that
was
case.
he just Bethlehem. That's pretty much it. You know, it's like saying, for example, right?
You have to break it down, right?
Let's say
He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite. He was
Mhm.
Hebrew, right? But he
He was a
wasn't
Jew.
a Jew.
He was a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. Yes, 100%. Jesus is a Jew. Where people are saying that he's a Palestinian Jew, or let's
So
say
I
I
have a
talked to
video on
other
this. I have a video
uh,
where someone
when
actually like really breaks that down.
when I talk to like
I have,
Protestants and they tell me that he's Palestinian, I'm just like, when did Palestine become official?
Well, here's the thing. When I say Palestinian, I just say it that he was from that region.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't
that
think
region. We can say he's from like he's just an Israelite. Maybe Palestinians right now they're real Israelites. Just like how Jesus like noticed Nathaniel that he was a real Israelite, and Luke.
Okay, here, look. Oh, this lady. Look what she has to say.
What the hell? My bad. What was that? You see the guy dancing.
What if Jesus was Palestinian?
Jesus was Palestinian. He was born in Bethlehem, lived under Roman occupation in what is now Palestine, and his identity and life were rooted in that land and its people. The narrative that detaches Jesus from Palestine is a later colonial rewrite, not structural truth.
It's like they're killing Jesus every time they kill a Palestinian baby.
Yes. Structurally, every time a Palestinian child is killed, it's the same crime that was committed against Jesus. Crushing innocence, silencing truth, destroying life deemed expendable by an oppressive regime.
Oh no!
The logic of domination that murdered Jesus.
It doesn't let me.
Just click on the video. Click it. Click it.
I think they're going to. I forgot what's the name of that word.
Is this?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking.
It doesn't let me. There's like no.
What?
There's like no thing over here to rewind it.
Same logic.
It starts with, what if Jesus was Palestinian? Jesus is Palestinian. He was born in Bethlehem, lived under Roman rule, occupation, and is now Palestine. His identity and life were rooted in that land and its people. The narrative that detaches Jesus from Palestine is a later colonial rewrite. Okay. So, I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah, it's the only reason we said that because like for me, man, like when I go to when things like this mention it, I gotta go straight for truth or straight for facts. For example,
I'm gonna put it like this, right?
I think this is called whatever, like when people think he's Palestinian just because it became Palestinian. I don't know what it's called, but it's called something with labeling. It's labeling.
It's a label.
It's called damn it, it's called like a chronic.
I'll tell you what though.
Oh, it's called anachronistic labeling. That's what
I'll tell you what though. The people in Palestine, they never left that land, right? They never left that land. So they are closer to the genetic of Jesus than these Jewish settlers.
I just realized that these Jews are not the real Jew people, bro. I feel like they just got replaced by Europeans and they call themselves Jews.
Oh yeah, the Khazarians.
And some reason
we should get into that.
I'm thinking like the Greeks have more like real Jew blood, like the Greeks. I believe they have more blood than these.
So
fake
there's
Jewish.
Sephardic and Mizrahi, and they're more closer to like actual Semitic blood, because they're like the Jews that went to like Morocco and other parts of the Middle East, and they're the ones in Spain and other parts of Southern Europe. They're the ones that are more Hebrew, like they're more Semitic. The Ashkenazi Jews from Eastern Europe, their bloodline is more diluted. And some of them have no Semitic blood whatsoever. They're just purely, Eastern Europeans, and they converted to Judaism. But Palestinians, in terms of genetic, their genetics, they're not like classically like 100% Arab. You do know that, right? They're the
Did she use like that?
Canaan DNA.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. With
some Arab input. Some. but because of under Ottoman rule and because they became majority Muslims, we just call them Arabs. But their DNA is closer to the the DNA of that region, the Levant. So to differentiate them, we call them Levantine Arabs.
Yeah, I believe they are they are like in some way Arabs, the Jewish people now. And I was reading a passage in the Bible that talks in Galatians. Paul was
I think
talking
it's a
about it,
test.
and
I really think it's a test. Like this whole conflict that's going on is a test for humanity on how we regard these people.
I just think that all of them, like Jewish people, they're coming from Ishmael, because the way how they're representing themselves. I seen like it was a verse, and I was just like, damn.
Ishmael was Abraham's first son.
Okay, but he was the one that he's gonna have a great nation, right?
Yeah,
but he didn't.
They both said that both.
Yes, but one of them, God said that he's gonna have his covenant with one of them, and it wasn't Ishmael. It was what's his name, Isaac. He did say, because in the Bible, was his name Abraham? What about my son Isaac? What about my son? Right? And he said he's gonna make a great nation, something like that. Then he says, but the word that is gonna say but is basically I always tell Muslims. This is the kryptonite. You see that word? But, B-U-T. My covenant is going to be with Isaac. With that, sometimes I be telling people that kind of debunks Islam when I be debating them, and they don't like it, right? So he says but right there. The three words they hate. I don't know where they get it from, saying that, oh no, it's both, or they're saying, well, just because he was born first. Remember this. God cannot have a covenant. This is the way I defeat Hebrew Israelites, right? These Hebrew Israelites, I think they're the chosen people of God, right? They're even worse than these Jews. Okay, so when I tell them, right, about Ishmael, right? It's not the chosen it's not the covenant he promised with him. The promise goes only to Isaac. So I try to debunk what's the name of these people called? Hebrew Israelites, right? By reading the context in that part, and plus seeing the New Jerusalem and Old Jerusalem, is basically saying that the Israelites will not inherit the kingdom of God. The ones that inherit the kingdom of God is the New Jerusalem, the new people who believe in Jesus, right? Like, for example, if you believe in Jesus, you become one of his, daughters and sons, right? We become one with Jesus Christ. That's how it works with that verse. When I was talking to my friend about this, I was like, bro, am I reading this right? Is it telling me that these Jews are coming from Ishmael? And the ironic part, I've seen this, the Jews and the Arabs come from Ishmael, right? So why are they fighting? Holy shit, they're like brothers in some way reason.
Oh wait, Jews don't come from Ishmael. Jews come from the line of Isaac.
The only reason they don't come from Isaac is because they reject Jesus. If they reject Jesus,
came from
yes, but the thing is that when Jesus
Isaac.
came,
No.
when Jesus came and he says, "You guys reject me," that means you're not from
they
me.
rejected.
They reject them. So are you sure they're from Isaac? If Jesus said
they're
they're not,
but they're not
they're
from
not.
Ishmael.
No, they're not.
Let's make that clear that Judaism did not come from Ishmael. The Ishmaelites.
The only reason when we read the Bible with Galatians or Revelation talks about New Jerusalem, they try to say that it comes from Sarah's seed, right? Mm-hmm. And who is Sarah's seed? Isaac. That's New Jerusalem that's gonna come from heaven to earth to replace old Jerusalem. It comes from the bound servant of Hagar. Who is Hagar?
Hagar was the mother
of Ishmael.
Ishmael,
right? Yes. He says because these people are too attached to Old Jerusalem, and this was the reason they don't want to follow the new covenant, and they're disobeying God because they want to keep their old laws and not follow
Where's
God.
this from? What are you reading?
That was in Galatians. It was in Galatians. Let me try to bring it up. That's something I was like, what? No way.
Okay.
Hey guys, I got a bit of a migraine, so I'm gonna get off of here because the light and all is like killing my head.
Okay, well, you take care. Thanks for.
Thanks, guys. I'll be on tomorrow. Are you getting on
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yes.
Cool. I'll be on tomorrow. Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
Thanks. Bye, Micah.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
night. Sleep
God bless.
well.
Bye, Drew. Bye, guys. Bye, Levin.
Yeah, Drew left.
Hopefully your headache goes away.
Oh, well. I'm pretty sure I'm absolute darkness right now, so. Yeah. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
See you.
Bye.
God bless.
God bless you as
Matthew,
well.
Carolina's kingdom has been taken away from the Israelites. Who killed the son? Matthew 8:10. Joseph great okay. Romans Galatians. Oh, Galatians 4:21. So it says here, Galatians 4:21. This is like a little discussion I had with my friends, and I tagged them. It says Paul equates earthly Jerusalem with Hagar, symbolizing bondage, and the heavenly Jerusalem with Sarah symbolize freedom, arguing Christians are children of the promise, while Jews who cling to the Mosaic law are the sons of the bondwoman. That's Galatians 4:21-31. So when I read this I use this to destroy Hebrew Israelites, those black Hebrew Israelites. When I read this, I was like, holy shit, bro, you're telling me that the Jews that I'm trying to expose are from Hagar. So it's kind of ironic. I'm just like, there must be something wrong with it, because like, okay, let's say, for example, I do like to have my mind open with this, right? What happened is these Muslims are like confused, and they really are from, let's say, from not Hagar, not Ishmael, Isaac, because for some reason they're fighting with Jews the whole time, you know.
Oh, where's this idea that they're?
No, I'm saying I'm being open. I'm being open-minded right now. I'm just putting shit on my ass right now at this point, you know, because there's no way if it's telling me here that the Jews are from Hagar, right? From Ishmael, right? They must be if they keep fighting with the Iraq or Islam.
I gotta get off pretty soon, so let's get into how Jews rule the world. Can we, please?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
Let's
the part
do
for
that.
this. See, the thing I sent you, that's for if the Palestinian thing. That's called.
I just love
labeling.
I love. Oh, hold on. Reply. Can you play this? Go back into your Instagram. Please.
Yeah, I see it. Like you can see, you can see yourself. You're replying to me.
Yeah. So.
From a Jewish point of view, where we don't believe in the divinity of Christ, I think that there you can make an argument that the Gospels, which were written,
he was just a prophet.
Significant? No. We don't even believe he was a prophet.
What do you think he was? What do you guys?
What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble, just like a lot of other Jews at that time who were crucified for trying to lead revolts against the Romans and got killed for their trouble.
So he became legend and story, and then it became a bigger deal as time went on.
Yeah, he had a group of followers, and then that gradually grew, and then there was
resurrected.
No, that's not a Jewish belief. Yeah, no, we're not into we're not into miracle stories. No, that's not. No.
You don't have any miracles?
No, not by Jesus. Right? No? They're ones in the Old Testament. Like I can't join a church. I assume I don't believe the things that people in the church believe.
You probably could if you donate. You're gonna get the right amount of money.
Well, I don't believe in the Jesus, so there's that.
The Jesus?
Part. Yeah, that's not my thing, right? I mean, so that's from.
He's gonna love a lot of evangelical churches. He'll be surprised.
Yeah, so that's Ben Shapiro. He's on the Daily Wire. He's one of the most prominent.
He looks stupid with his Ramica.
Political commentators of our time, and a Zionist, and he's a piece of shit, in my opinion.
I don't like him either. I just don't like him either at all.
Yeah,
I don't like him. I just feel like with God bless you.
Thank you.
I just feel like with like Charlie Kirk was about to awaken until their bullshit of this Jewish propaganda that they was paying him to do, where he was waking up, and this is the reason he denied that one guy. I forgot what his name. He denied him. I heard it was 150 million. That's what I heard. 150 million.
Oh, play this one, Lud. Play this one. Remember how yesterday we were talking about how they were like humping the wall and stuff?
Oh no. I seen it. You shared it. I was like, what are they doing?
So this is like their thing with like like the ancient religion of the Canaanites, right? Where they would worship it's idol worship. Shekinah, I think, is equivalent to like Ishtar or Inanna, which is like she's like she's a deity, like a pagan deity. Did you hold on?
No, I love the video.
Okay, hold on. Let me reply to it. This one. That's gotta play that one.
Ghislaine Maxwell's father was a Mossad spy who named his empire Pergamon Press, a publishing company that often released medical journals and scientific research.
Oh, no, not
if
that
we
one,
analyze
not that one.
old religious scriptures, the term Pergamon is...
That's not that one. It's this one.
That one with the guy?
This one right here. It says what's...
Which one? The bloody one? Bloodlines of Babylon, or the one that says ISIS calls the UK Muslim?
I said no. It says the Western Wall. That one.
Oh, okay. What the hell? I don't know why it went all the way up there. Wait. The thing is acting stupid right now. Yeah, it's taking me out there. There we go.
Outlined by the 13th century Jewish occult system known as the Kabbalah, as expounded in the Zohar and expanded upon by the 18th century Hasidic movement. You see, this so-called divine presence at the Wailing Wall is actually the Kabbalistic feminine emanation of their false god, the Shekinah. Watch closely how the rabbis thrust their pelvises and penises back and forth in a prescribed prayer movement called davening, in which the Jew copulates with the Shekinah in order to give birth to an erotic union
like the Black
with the
Stone
Ein Sof, the Kabbalistic masculine emanation of their false god.
Except they don't
Now,
have
this
the
young
stuff,
Jewish
okay?
boy who, instinctively knowing that davening is a lewd and embarrassing act, just can't bring himself to perform the thrusting of his pelvis. My friends, for Rand Paul and for so many other saps like McCain, Bush, Obama, Clinton, and Romney, to perform the rite of political passage at the Wailing Wall is nothing less than to shake hands with the devil. And if God doesn't dwell in temples made by human hands, as the Bible tells us, much less would he dwell in a Roman fortress. The hoax is on. Not only are our politicians selling their souls to the Jews at a Roman fortress named Fort Antonia, misnamed the Western Wall, they're participating in a lewd occult ritual where the so-called divine presence is actually Satan himself. Satan's seat is at the Wailing Wall, and our politicians, brought there by the Jews, are carrying him all the way back home to America. The Wailing Wall is actually...
They funny as hell, bro. You know something about that? When the way I see what the Christians are helping the Israel, you know why they do it is because of poor theology. Very poor theology. I always tell my friends with the Charlie Kirk incident,
look at
it's
this.
like I like his basic of Christianity and try to represent everybody, but his theology is trash.
I sent it to you again. This is what they did to the Christian Quarter.
Yeah, that's why I heard from Sam Shammel yesterday. You should watch Sam Shammel. Like, this guy is really good too. He goes hard at those Israels. Like the Jews. He goes hard at the Jews. He be telling maybe what's his name is gonna kill him. What's his name? David Wood. Don't be surprised if I get killed by David Wood, because David Wood he's a big Zionist. Pinkwashing is always has been a tool of genocide. This is yet another example of supremacist Jews desecrating non-Jewish places of worship. Palestine is the birthplace of Christianity. This never happened when Palestinians who are a predominantly Muslim.
Play this one, this
You
one.
know, with them too, bro. You know, when you put a plus sign next to their name, they don't like that. You got to put a circle. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
This
They really
one.
hate
I
Jesus.
want you to put that one on your screen. And this is coming from, like, we were talking about it yesterday, right? What the Talmud says about Jesus. So this source, it links into the Talmud itself. But hello? I
I'm
think
here.
it's just you and me now, huh?
Yeah, I think my friends are like they got a little tired. They gotta take their kid to school tomorrow, so I guess this is the
Okay.
reason.
Yeah.
This the Jewish Talmud says many unverse things about the Lord Jesus Christ. Some of them are plain sight, and some of them are concealed. I'm going to share those in details with you. Okay. So let's see what they say. Like, well, like over here, like these. Oh, look at here. Okilos then went to raise Jesus the Nazarene from the grave through necromancy. What is the punishment of that man?
Yeah,
A
we talked about this yesterday.
euphemism for Jesus himself in the next world. Jesus said to him, "He is punished with boiling excrement." What kind of perversion is this? Why are Jews dealing with sorcerers and necromancing, which God is against? That's something like very stupid about them. This like debunks the shadow of the Judaism. If you think about it, is this what you envision when you think about Judeo-Christian values? Like I said, it's just poor theology. It's poor theology. I believe, like if you think about it, this is why you got to get into church history. Micah.
Yeah.
So it was for 1500 years that the Catholics, Orthodox believed the same thing. Out of nowhere, right? Um, the Protestant Reformation came. I believe that was something from the devil that fooled Martin Luther to say you're your own pope, your own infallible interpretation of the Bible. You're telling people you can follow your interpretation, and that is how it's gonna be. A lot of churches be like, okay, he's right, but I don't want to agree with his church. So this is why we have so many churches, and this is why there's so many interpretations. And of course, the people is going to follow the best interpretation, and that comes from the evangelicals, right? So if evangelical, you never know. You could be like this. Maybe a Jewish person became evangelical just to fool the masses. If you think about it, I won't be surprised. So because like if you look at these evangelical churches, right? They are rocking that flag. They're rocking that flag. And there was a guy that, to be honest, he was one of the best pastors I've ever seen. One thing I see from him, because I got a pin, an Orthodox pin. He had the Star of David, the so-called Star of David, in his suit. I'm just like, why are you rocking that? Like, you rock the cross, like the Star of David. That's old. Like that's old covenant. We follow Jesus. We follow the
Star
sacrifice.
of David, we have to get into the Star of David, right? The Star of David is the Star of Renfam.
Yeah.
It is a occult symbol, and they took that symbol from actually the Ring of Solomon, King Solomon, the Prophet Solomon, Suleiman. And as we know, right, Solomon was he was able to control the demons. That God gave him that ability to be able to control jinn, demons. Just because God gave it to him doesn't mean that we should have been given that knowledge for like everyday human beings, right? Why are we using that symbol? Why are they using that symbol to represent their religion? I think the Star of David. It's not even from David.
No, you know where you get that from? The Star of David. So basically, in movies, when I was a product, I used to watch it. So basically, when they made him a necklace um, for David, and when you make his name right, the David's name, and you're like, this is the way I remember. The Meshke, or I don't know what they did with it, the name of David, it makes that star. That's how I remember. I was like, why is the name of David? And they just like forge even more, and you get a star. That's what I remember, and to be honest, it doesn't make sense. And because I was looking the Bible, I was like, yo, hold on, like I can't find it. I can't find it in the Bible. It tells me this on the stars from some pagans, but like I can't find it for Judaism at all. And that's just crazy. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me try to look for it. The name.
Anyways, my dear, I have to go because yeah, life calls.
Yeah.
And this is good. I think we talked a lot about everything, and I think we were able to talk about whether is like I think we were able to address all these things as
Yeah.
as stated.
Let's send you a message.
Is Islam false? I don't know.
It's in discussion. It's in the works.
Do Jews rule the world?
Yes, they do.
They do. Yeah.
They do 100%. They own everything. They own everything. Like it's
Own
crazy.
everything. But I think there's higher than them, as well. Anyways, I'm off. I'm tapping out for tonight. Have a good night, brother. God bless.
God bless.
Take care.
Take care. God bless. I think I guess that's what it is. Has become a symbol of Jewish identity and Judaism, although name suggests a link to King David. There is no evidence use the symbol. The name likely comes from a poetic reference to God as David's protector. Oof. All right, guys, I'm getting off. So for tomorrow, I'm going to start the stream maybe at 7 o'clock, and we'll work all day. Come home like at 6, or maybe 8. I'm gonna start the stream at 9 to 1. I think that's how I'm going to do the stream. And God bless everybody.